Hey guys, yeah. So what are we doing today? Well, we're doing a 1,000 mile review. Yeah, and it's been the bike's been great. You guys have seen my last video, but it's still a great bike. I'd say I'm 98% happy with the bike, and I'm going to give you my 2% that I'm not happy with. But 1% is the I know it's only 1%, guys. It's funny. It's the dash. I think it's a fail. And the other 1% is a combination of a bunch of little things. But overall, the bike has been fantastic. It hasn't given me any issues to speak of. There is one little thing that popped up. I'll talk about that. But it handles great. It's got good power. The more I ride it, the better rider I become. It's really making me a good rider and appreciate, because guys, I like to do my roll racing, and I just like that kind of how I like to ride and stuff like that. And I know this bike is not made for this at all. It's more of a road bike, for the curves and the twisties and stuff like that. But it's still got plenty of acceleration if you ring it out, and it's just a great bike. So what it's doing, it's making me just appreciate the curves better. I go into the turns with a lot more confidence. Like I said many times, it's an easy bike to ride fast. It really is. It's light, but yet it's stable. So yeah, so my 1,000 mile review, let's get to that. I mean, that's what you guys are tuning in for, right? Perfect bike, excellent bike. Super happy with the engine. The ergonomics of it is very comfortable. The new cruise control is just absolutely a game changer for me. I love cruise control. I haven't put heated grips on because I don't know if I'm going to ride this when it's cold. So I may put them on, I may not. I did get the new app, but I'll talk about that a little later with the Tune ECU. But the ergonomics have been good. I don't find any discomfort at all with the bike. The seat's very comfortable. Just trying to think of all the things that you after 1,000 miles, things that would pop up that you might not like about the bike after you ride it. And obviously it's the dash is about the only thing that I got to complain about. The fueling on the bike is excellent. It's not jerky. Power is really good. It's a cliche everybody says it's more power than you need for the street, obviously, or it's not more power, it's all the power you need, and that's subjective. I like to have a lot of power, even though you can't use it all the time. I just love to do those 70 mile an hour to like 130 mile an hour blasts. I just love that acceleration. But that's not this bike. But it's still a good bike. It's still, everything about the bike is great. The ride, I did make some changes as far as the suspension's concerned. Just minor changes, with the shocks and with the preload, and it's made the bike perfect for me. So it's a very comfortable bike. I could ride all day on this bike. It's really comfortable, as long as it's warm out. I don't want to ride when it's cold with this type of bike. But so the comfort's there, the ergonomics there. I don't find myself fatigued in any way. Yes, you're slightly leaned over, but it's very much like a sport bike. Not that I've ridden a lot of sport bikes, but it's very much like a sport bike when you go into the twisties and everything. But you're not way hunched over. But you can just you can hunker down and then just if you want to get sporty, I know guys that made some comments. They're going to put clip-ons on them, or older street triples. They put clip-ons when they go to the track. But I'm not going to track the bike, even though it's an extremely track-capable bike. Judging by all the reviews, it's just an amazing machine. It's good in almost every way. Yeah, it just it accelerates really good. In fact, I'm just going to do a little acceleration run right here, up where it opens up, where it's more farmland. All right, I hit the rev limiter. I was trying to concentrate, even in the wheel popping up in both gears, and it usually doesn't do that. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But whatever. hit the rev limiter again. Damn tack. Anyway, it's fun to do those things. So it's been good. At the 1,000 miles, no complaints, no mechanical issues, except one little. So here we go. I can keep putting that off. All right, guys, we'll talk about that. Once in a while, if I'm getting really spirited and, I'm in 6th gear or 5th, doesn't matter what gear, 4th, 5th, 6th gear, I'm on the throttle, and then I just cut the throttle real quick, pull in the clutch, and let's see if it'll do it. And sometimes it just dies. It'll just shut off. It's done it like 2 or 3 times. but it starts right up, no problem. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a lean condition, and I'm pulling the throttle in, the clutch in so fast that it's because these bikes have to be lean, for emissions purposes and all that blah blah stuff. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe that's it, but who knows. And then once in a blue moon when I go to start it, if it's like, it depends. Like if I start it after like a long run and start it like maybe 2-3 minutes later, it doesn't want to start right away. I got to give it a little bit of throttle, and then it just, which is really weird for a fuel injected deal. You need touch throttle, but yeah. So that it does that too. So and I don't get that. So let's see. Yeah, I can't resist this straight away. Well, that was a good run. Hit the shift points okay, I think, but I won't know until I look at the video. Yeah, so it does cut the throttle. Now let's see if it's, that's after a heavy run, high throttle. Let me just put the thing in, see if it stalls. Nope. So I don't know what that is. I just think it's part of it shows no error codes or anything like that, but it just does it once in a while, and then it does that hard starting, but you just crank the throttle a little bit, starts right up. So those are, I guess, the only issues, and I'm thinking it's because it's running very lean for emission purposes that it does that. I think it's just the nature of that, and if any of you guys have ever had that problem, please let me know. So yeah, but that's basically the only, I guess, issue I would have as far as a mechanical issue like that. But it hasn't got me stuck. It hasn't, I haven't broke down or anything like that. It's just, I just got to be wary of it because, and then at one time with my last video, I thought I stalled it, but it just kind of cut out. So hopefully it won't be an issue in the future, but I'm not thinking it's going to be. But I'm okay with it, And it's funny that when I bought the GS, a lot of people were telling me, and when I went online, you got to be careful. These things are just so expensive. They're not reliable. And after 22,000 miles, that GS, and man, I got to ride that thing. I haven't ridden it forever. That GS has been absolutely perfect with no mechanical issues whatsoever. Most dependable vehicle I've ever owned. So that goes out the window. But I'm going to give this bike the benefit of the doubt. It just rides so good. I love the engine, and it's a nice bike. It's not blistering fast, although it's fast. But it's something I can control, which is, I guess, a good thing. Where the FZ, I was having trouble. I could not roll that thing hard in first gear without that wheel starting to climb, and I was just worried about it. But yeah, so let's see. The screen goes dark, goes bright, goes dark, which I have it on auto mode. I wish the screen was I wish the dark mode would be on all the time and I could read it, but I can't read it. As soon as the sun comes out and hits it, I can't read it. So that's I would say, so that's the only mechanical issue. So I'm taking 1% off, because I said it was 98% right. And, I mentioned the blinkers, the turn signals, but that's irrelevant. That's not irrelevant. Those are easy to change. I just think a premium brand should have a premium blinkers or turn signals, indicators, but that's neither here nor there. That's not a big deal at all. I don't even count that. My main deal is the dash, and now a couple of mechanical issues that it's showing, but, otherwise, the bike has been just absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect bike. It's an enjoyable. I enjoy the bike so much. I haven't had the GS out in almost 6 weeks, which is rare because I love that bike too. And I just want to. I guess it's a new toy, and I really want to have some fun on this bike. And when the weather's nice, I just like being on naked bikes. I do like sport bikes, but I really like the naked bike. And yeah, so my 1,000 mile is a 98% thumbs up. Great bike. I would recommend it to anybody, even if you're a beginner rider. This bike is just so forgiving. It handles so well, Just got to lay off that throttle if you're not used to that kind of power, because up to 7,000 it's fine, but as soon as it gets to 7,000 RPM, then you got to hold on. It pulls really hard from between 7,000 and 12,000. That's where all the main power is. And even though the torque rating is very low on this at a high RPM, the way it's geared, it feels very torquey. It's very torquey, very easy to pass. You don't have to. I have to. Let's see it. Yeah, you won't even, if you're going 50 miles an hour, you don't even have to downshift it. It's very easy to pass, very easy. Nothing like the GS got more torque, but this It's a good all-around bike. It's a fun bike. I look forward to riding this thing every single day, And I don't have any place to go today. Just running out to the lake where I always normally go, and life is good, and the bike is good. I mean, these are just big sweepers, but it's just so you just lean. I just slide my butt on one side of the seat and lean over, and it's just planted. It just feels so planted. I thought my GS handled good, but this thing is like a go-kart. It's just amazing. I'm really, I guess I've been lucky with bikes. Every single bike I've bought new, I've been impressed with. Even my Speedmaster, but I fell out of favor with it because it just didn't have the ride quality, the handling that I wanted, but it was a great cruiser. I wish I could have kept them all. The Scrambler was a great all-around bike. I used to call it my Supermoto. My GS has been absolutely, I'm going 3.5 years. It's absolutely been a flawless, phenomenal machine. And the FZ wasn't new, but this is new, and this bike is not disappointing. It's just not. It's so much fun, It's just so much fun when I get on it. Yeah, it's a young man's bike, but it makes me feel young. It's just so cool. I know a couple of people made some comments about your old dudes like me that they own this bike, and that's just pretty cool. And I just and they keep saying stop saying you're old, and but I am, and most young people buy this. What old guy is gonna buy a bright yellow sport naked bike, with 130 horsepower? They're gonna buy a big old Harley or some slow cruiser, not me though. Another one of my really nice turns. Yeah, it just rolls into that turn. I know I can go in that turn faster, but I didn't talk about the brakes. The brakes are phenomenal on this bike. Oh my God! I only need, as you guys can see, I only use one finger on the brake. These things are phenomenal. And if I forget myself, I can easily do a stoppie or throw myself off the bike. So we're here on a Monday, and it's not really crowded, but I didn't think anybody'd be here. But people taking off of work and they're going fishing. We'll pull up my favorite spot. A little sandy, but that's okay. And there goes a cat. Huh. It looked like a cat. What that was doing. Yeah, so, real quick, we'll do a walk around before we say goodbye. And we put the grip puppies back on. I'm not going to put a screen on because I like this look. I don't like the screen. I like the 2019s, the 22s, 23s. They got a little bit of a body line or something, an indent or whatever, a spoiler effect. And the ones, these are just a little bit of round thing, and I don't really like it. I did take off this, I don't know if you guys can see, I did take off that, I thought that was hideous looking. I don't even like this. I'm going to have to move that around. I don't want to see that. That's a zip tie. But that makes the wires from stop moving, but it puts a lot of tension on this. And this thing plugs in. I think I forgot to tell you guys with this, when I was pulling this off, this wire just plugs right out. And then you slide that piece off, the cube off, and you put a new one on. But I took it off because I thought it looked like, it looked like a hanger to me, a wire hanger, but it's supposed to fancy some movement. But they don't move. They stay perfectly. I didn't like the look, so I did that. And then what else? I haven't done anything else. I put these lights on, guys. You've seen that. I love these. I put a little cozy on here. I call it a cozy. And so we're going to do something with the exhaust. The exhaust is perfect. I mean, it really sounds good, but I want something that's a little bit deeper, and supposedly the Leo Vince is a much deeper sound. This one is more higher pitched, and boy, if you like, when you open it up, normal is normal. It's just, whatever. Normal riding, but when you open it up, man, my God, you hear it, but it's got a nice sound to it. So yeah, and I keep the tires at 30 in the back and 28 in the front, and yeah, I took off the pegs. I think it give it a nice look, and then I looked at this is a Brogue, I think what it's called, a tail tidy. And then there was like Evotech makes a really nice one that just molds right in. I think I'm going to replace it. I know, $100 down the drain, another $100, 20 for that. But it looked really sweet, so I think I might change that. But I don't know. Who knows? And yeah, I got my tail bag, and people have been asking me about that. It's super simple, and it's the commuter light. And yeah, so everything about the bike has been super. 1,000 miles, a total thumbs up, AAA plus. Very minor complaints. And it's a keeper. I have not disappointed. I'm not thinking of trading it in until I get bored. Maybe at the end of the year if I get bored. But who knows? I might have her for a couple of years. You never know with me. But I'm sure I'll have it to the end of the year. All right, guys. Yeah, I forgot one more thing. Thank you, Toonie. See you. Now we can. I made a short video. I wasn't sure if you could. I made a post, or anyway, I stuck a post on the top, one of my comments, that I wasn't sure if we could do a service reset, but obviously we could. I just didn't go through all the menus correctly. But so we can do Tune ECU. You can do a service reset, and you can check for codes and everything like that. There's no tune. I still would like to get a tune if I could. I know for many the tune is probably not an option because of warranty, but I'm not really concerned about that. So yeah, Tune ECU. You got to pick yourself up. You'll see my short video. I'll put a link to my short video and tell you what you have to get to hook it all up, and it's all good. And that's it, guys. All right, so that was my thousand mile review, and it's a great bike, guys. I love it. I love riding this bike. All right, guys. Later.